In this lesson, we're going to be looking at rotations. Rotations are another type of transformation where you turn the pre-image to get the image. If you rotate an object 90 degrees clockwise, what you will do is flip or switch the X and Y coordinates and change the sign of the X coordinates in the pre-image. So change the sign of the X coordinate in the pre-image and then switch the X and Y coordinate. For 180 degrees clockwise rotation, you want to just change the sign of both the X and the Y coordinate. There's no switching that occurs. And then for 270 degree clockwise rotation, you want to change the sign of the Y coordinate and then switch the X and Y coordinates. In this example, we want to rotate this triangle 180 degrees about the origin. Notice it did not say clockwise or counterclockwise because 180 degrees clockwise is also 180 degrees counterclockwise. So we want to start by writing down the coordinates of X, Q, and P. Once we have their coordinates, we're going to apply the rule from the previous slide. And the rule from the previous slide, we wanted to change the sign of the X coordinate. So we're going to do the same thing for Q, change the sign of the X coordinate. Change the sign of the X and the Y coordinate. So X prime would be 1, -3. Q prime would be -3, -5. And then P prime would be -3, -2. In this example, we want to rotate the triangle 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So again, we start off with the coordinates for I, F, and H. And then what we're going to do is change the sign of the X coordinate and then switch the X and Y coordinates. So the X coordinate of I was +4. Now we're going to change it to -4, and the X, what was the X coordinate of the pre-image, will become the Y coordinate of the image, and the Y coordinate of the pre-image will become the X coordinate of the image. So for F prime, we want to change the sign of the X coordinate, change the 2 to -2, and then switch the X and Y coordinate, giving us -3, -2. Same for H. H prime, we're going to change the sign of the X coordinate 5 to make it -5 and then switch the -5 and -4 for the coordinate -4, -5. And for this last example, we want to rotate the triangle 90 degrees counterclockwise. 90 degrees counterclockwise is the same thing as 270 degrees clockwise. So again, we want to start with the coordinates for each one of the vertices. And to get the coordinates of the image, now we're going to change the sign of the Y coordinate and then switch the X and Y coordinates. So the Y coordinate for S is 1, so we're going to make that -1 and put that in the X coordinate now. And then the Y X coordinate of the pre-image was 1, so that becomes the Y coordinate of the image. And for P, we've got the coordinate 4, 3, so we're going to change the sign of the Y coordinate, change the 3 to -3, and then switch the 2 coordinates to get -3, 4. And then for C, the Y coordinate is 0, which does not have a sign, so we're just going to leave it as 0 and then just switch the coordinates.